Wait, is that a pirate's body on the ground?
Yes. They've bled out completely. They're no longer alive. There's also mineral sand from the Stardust jar on the ground, which means Ferdo was definitely here, deep within the sanctuary.
The pirate's fingers have scratches on them. Does that mean...
It's becoming clear now. This pirate was the one who destroyed the first statue. As for the scratches on his fingers, they were likely from him attempting to reset the bomb after accidentally triggering it.
The map we found suggests there were other pirates with him. But what were they...
Since Ferdo was here, he must know something. Or worse, he might have been...
If there are more pirates nearby, charging in recklessly without preparing might be risky. Maybe we should tell the people at Driftstar Haven first?
A wise decision. Now that we have some evidence, let's play it safe and head back together.
But
we've broken the Sanctuary's decree by coming here. If we turn back now just to report a pirate invasion, coming back here later might not be so easy.
every minute we waste, he's in more danger. I want to keep searching for him.
I get where you're coming from, Master, but...
All right. How about this? I'll take this evidence back and contact some people in Driftstar Haven. In the meantime, you keep searching for the child. Take this communicator. If you find anything, don't rush in. Wait for backup.
I'm counting on you, Mr. Dimitri. Ferdo, I hope he didn't run into those pirates.
Don't worry. This is the sanctuary of the starship Pixie, after all. He's probably under their protection.
These devices are still running? What's the real story behind the sanctuary?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look around first. Look, these are the remains of the Stardust jar. And next to it is... If the records are accurate, then does that mean the whole sanctuary is actually a crashed spaceship?
This access door. It looks like it needs a controller to operate.
The records mention something about an emergency circuit. Let's see if we can fix the circuit and get that door open.
Standing before you is none other than the hero who saved countless travelers from danger, journeying across time and space to help the helpless, and guardian of the pioneers of Kylo, Aster. Too bad there aren't any real pixies out there. Just grunts like us, bleeding and sweating. I remember an old movie from Ida, where a guy was stranded on a deserted island and started talking to a basketball like it was his only friend. Back then, I thought it was ridiculous. But now, I'm not in much better shape. Yeah, ridiculous. Marlon, you really are hilarious. Oh, I'm doing it again. It turns out that story wasn't nonsense. It was a roar of reality itself.
That glowing orb just now. Was that some kind of terminal for recording video logs? That guy must be Marlon. Looks like he's been stuck here for ages and lost his mind. SR-2207. What kind of mission was that?
I vaguely remember. SR Operations was an early code name used by Anchor Infinity. After Anchor Infinity discovered Ore Zero, some wanderers from Kylo rushed in and started mining parts of it. Later, when Anchor Infinity grew more powerful, they tried to reorganize how the resources in Ore Zero were distributed.
Do you mean they tried to force out those wanderers and take full control of Ore Zero?
That wasn't official company policy, But yeah, you're right. Some regional leaders did go too far. Those wanderers were pushed further and further to the outskirts, and some even ended up as refugees or turned into pirates.
So basically, Marlin was sent here to force out the Wanderers. But then something went wrong and he got stranded here for ages. Then, with no rescue in sight, he started to lose his mind and clung to anime just to stay sane. Guardian of the Pioneers of Kylo. Aster. Wait, didn't you say that in Ravenport's office? Were you two watching the same show? And both of them like role-playing.
Starship Pixie Aster. Back in the Anchor-led age of interplanetary voyaging. It was an incredibly popular animated series. That's actually where my name comes from. My mom was a huge fan. She always hoped I could be like Aster from the show and bring hope to the Kylians. But once the exploration plan hit a wall, the show kind of fell out of favor. People thought it was too disconnected from reality.
But in the end, you still became a member of the Hope Fleet. Sounds like you really did take the show to heart.
The door is open now. Let's keep searching for Ferdo. Judging by the ship's layout, this should be the supply room.
There's a data terminal on the shelf. Is that a painting? The name is Porter, but who's that?
Let's check the terminal for clues first. Looks like another one of Marlin's video logs. This one's dated a bit later than the last.
Spotted some movement on the surveillance monitor. 6 people. One of them is a child. No weapons. No signs of training. They look like refugees who've been driven away from somewhere. There's a pregnant woman. I've started calling her Mara. And the kid with night blindness, I'll just call him L. They don't stand a chance out here. They can't even meet their basic survival needs. I've got enough supplies for myself. If I gave them a little... What am I thinking? They're only here because I drove them off. Trying to play the good guy now? Bit late for that, huh? What if they find out? Anyway, I'd better keep my distance for now. Last night I dropped off a crate of supplies outside their camp. They sent it through the cargo chute, so they won't know who it's from. I even left them a note. Just some basic survival tips for space pioneers. Stuff like avoiding contamination, keeping the space station clean, and watching out for space-time turbulence when traversing interstellar routes. They know someone's been helping them, but they have no idea who to thank. I convinced them it was Starship Pixie Aster. That show I watched finally came in handy. Need a hand? Leave it to me. But this is the most I can do. If they ever find out I'm the one who drove them here. They seem to think the place where supplies appear is some kind of sanctuary for communicating with the Pixies. So they haven't dared to get too close. Works out for me. If they come any closer, they'll spot the ship for sure. Even though I'm stuck underground and partly hidden by rocks, I'm not exactly invisible. I told them that in this vast universe, meeting like this is precious. They should treasure this connection and protect their new home. It's a total cliche from an old anime show. Corny, yeah, but effective. They've started gathering after dinner, praying for blessings from the Starship Pixie. Elle also drew a portrait of the spaceship Pixie. Turns out his real name's Porter. I kept the drawing. The ship's still busted, so I'm just killing time here. Just whittling the days away.
So that's who the Starship Pixie really is. Does this mean Marlin has been quietly protecting Driftstar Haven this whole time? He clearly did a good deed, so why won't he face the people he helped protect?
Because deep down, he knows all too well that once the Pixie's guise is stripped away, he's just a perpetrator hiding underground. The more he stepped into the role of the Starship Pixie, the more he realized that those former mission objectives were real, living people. And that truth became too painful to speak aloud. He's torn and guilty. He must feel so lonely.
Aster, when you said all that, it didn't sound like you were just talking about Marlin. Come to think of it, you're both from Anchor Infinity, right? And you both experienced spaceship crashes?
How do you know that?
Hey, don't worry. I heard it from Lindsys. Wasn't it that mission that led to the whole Asher crew being reassigned? You haven't quite been yourself since with Hipper, but sometimes the way you look at things, it's like your mind's somewhere far away. This photo.
Her name is Carrot. She was a child we rescued during a mission, but she went missing in an accident. The post-mission report said it was an explosion caused by pressure overload in the ship's pipes, right before we entered a space rift. We didn't catch it in time.
That's right. Carrot ended up in Ida because of that space accident.
Back then, I was the one responsible for inspecting the system. I let the captain down and made a terrible mistake. I almost had her. I could have reached her, but instead, I just stood and watched as she disappeared into space. Even now, I still hear the emergency sirens whenever the warning lights flash. I keep remembering her pounding on the airlock door in the separated cargo bay. If only I'd moved faster. Chief Hipper noticed I was struggling and told me to take a few days off.
So that pipe pressure overload. Did your role-playing in Ravenport come from your actual experiences? So that's why you said you didn't like kids before. When it was clear Ferdo was in danger, you instantly stepped up. But Carrot is actually still alive. Should I tell her about this?
Ferdo, if I hadn't rushed off so quickly, if I'd just waited a little longer, maybe I could have stopped him from running into the sanctuary.
It wasn't just you. We're all responsible.
What do you mean?
You're forgetting something. I was there too. So this wasn't your decision alone. I share the responsibility too. Aster, I can feel your pain. The guilt of thinking you could have done more. But this time, it's different. Ferdo is still here. We still have a chance. What matters now isn't dwelling on the past, but making the most of the chance we have now to help him. You don't need to bear this alone. Let me help, okay? Ferdo? Is that you? Isla, what are you doing here? We found your broken Stardust jar and followed the trail of dust down here. Are you crying? No, I'm not.
Ferdo, are you all right? Everyone at Driftstar Haven is really worried about you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go into the sanctuary. I was just trying to mark the first statue, but then it suddenly exploded and I heard the adults rushing over, so you panicked and ran down into the sanctuary? I'm guessing you saw that unlucky pirate then. It's dangerous here, and we need to get you out of here. No, I can't. I haven't even met the Starship Pixie yet. I want to ask if I can join their fleet. I have to know. Everyone keeps saying that as long as we listen to the Pixie and protect Driftstar Haven, everything will be okay. But I want to ask them myself if I can see the outside world. If I miss this chance, I'll regret it forever. Why am I always the one? Can you remember, Aster? You share the same name as the Starship Pixie. So what if we...
You think it'll...
The Starship Pixie is a fleet, and so is the Hope Fleet. We don't have any better ideas, so let's just get him out of here.
Ferdo. The truth is,
So what?
My name is Aster.
Wait,
We came here because we knew Driftstar Haven needed...
I knew it! I just knew the Starship Pixie would come!
something like that.
I get it now. The Starship Pixie only appears when the people of Driftstar... Am I right or what?
Yeah, you're pretty sharp.
Miss, I've already brought reinforcements into the sanctuary. We need to regroup right away.
Understood. Where's your location? Okay. We have to meet up with our team. Here, take this communicator. Is this the arsenal? There are even mechas here? Mega Beast, V3CD?
Oh yeah, Marlin was on a transport mission. No wonder he didn't want the locals of Driftstar Haven venturing in here.
This kind of military hardware, if they ever leaked it into the outside world, the consequences would be unimaginable.
By the way, where's Mr. Dimitri? Pirates!
Ferdo, hide somewhere. Now.
The boss was right. They are tough.
Stop them! Don't let them get away!
These pirates, how did they know?
Stop right there. Drop your weapons.
Aster!
Ferdo! Mr. Dimitri, what are you doing?
Boss, that one's on me. I let my guard down.
No, it's not just that. After all, you're standing into view. Well, that'd be disappointing, wouldn't it?
You... What are you talking about?
I wasn't planning to run into you here, miss. If it weren't for that naive savior complex of yours, we wouldn't even be at odds. The moment you jumped into the sanctuary, this outcome was inevitable.
These pirates... Wait, we saw them back at the port. Don't tell me that the whole attack was just a distraction for them to infiltrate Driftstar Haven? You kept blocking our rescue attempts, and when that didn't work, you followed us under the excuse of worrying about Aster's safety. It's because you knew the pirates were hiding beneath the sanctuary all along, right? You were just afraid the truth would come out.
Quick on the uptake, huh? You've made a good friend at the Nexus, Aster.
When did it all start? You working with pirates?
From the very beginning, of course.
Was it after you took charge of the Driftstar Haven plan, Dimitri?
Did I stutter? From the very beginning, before...
Then that means... This whole time, it wasn't just me, but my father, Herman, and everyone at Ravenport. You lied to all of us?
Don't take it so personally. For what it's worth, I still think of you all as partners. Which is exactly why I'm urging you not to come down here. You never struck me as the type to ignore your commanding officer. Or did something change in you after you left the Asher?
A traitor like you could never understand.
You're right. Don't worry. I'll tell Corlon that you died bravely, infiltrating the sanctuary and clashing with the locals of Driftstar Haven, all for the sake of saving others. Activate the mecha.
Got it. Huh? Why isn't it working?
Aster! The site security door! Get out of here now!
Ferdo. Darn it.
Boss, the mech is all set now. Probably went haywire because no one's used it in ages. Those two just now.
Forget them. We've got the gear, so stick to the plan. So, little inventor.
They shouldn't be able to chase us in here, right? Good thing the sanctuary's layout is like a maze. Aster, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Judging from Dimitri's plan, he's already got what he came for.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He said he's going to spin a story about you causing conflict with the locals of Driftstar Haven while trying to rescue someone. That means he needs the locals to play along with his script. Now that Alonso's sealed off the sanctuary, Dimitri needs someone to lure the people of Driftstar Haven here to die with it. That means Ferdo should be safe for now, Aster.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine? If this carries on, they're all gonna... Oh no, she's totally out of it. Is she slipping into another low point? Aster,
Boss, the microwave bomb is ready.
It's the communicator Dimitri gave us earlier.
Alright. Send a distress signal to lure them in. This time's not like 15 years ago. There's no pixie coming to save anyone this time.
The signal's dead, but we still have time. We can do something.
So you were eavesdropping the whole time. I guess I was worried over nothing.
We have to rescue Ferdo.
Yeah, we promised to... I think this is the innermost room. The pirates got the mecha. We have to find a way out now.
Wait. Over there. Another terminal.
Driftstar Haven must be a major port. Aside from refugees, pirates come poking around from time to time. The ship's self-repair sequence is almost complete. This isn't the time to be worrying about anything else. What about them? What about Aster's story? No. Am I going crazy from watching too many anime shows? This isn't some fictional hero drama. This is real life and death. Time to end the role-playing.
But Ferdo and the folks at Driftstar Haven still believe the story. Could it be?
We should keep searching for clues.
Porter's dead, and some of them were taken. This isn't the work of pirates. This kind of forced removal... I know who did this.
Was it someone from Anchor Infinity?
If only I'd handed out weapons earlier, or at least warned them. Blue's arsenal. I wasn't authorized to touch them, but...
It was the mecha these pirates were after. And Marlin, he had already been wounded.
If I make a move, there's no turning back. Doesn't matter what happens to me. Getting them out comes first. It has to. Must be the wounds from the last fight. Can barely move, let alone pilot those mechas. They've shut down the ship's self-repair system. There's no time left. They've left most of the supplies for them. Even left them a message. True strength and courage come from within. I guess this is it for me. Too bad I never found the courage to tell them. The so-called Starship Pixie was just a pilot hiding underground. Pilot from Anchor Infinity. The very group that drove them out. The story. It wasn't a lie. It was a roar born from reality. And now, whether it's the anime or the legend, Starship Pixie Aster really did exist. There will always be someone out there, moved by that tale, daring to hope again. As for me, I know who I am. I'm Marlon Joshua. A warrior born to help the Kylian people find a new home. And to die protecting someone else's. My vision's getting blurry. This will be my final log. Farewell, Aster. Farewell, Driftstar Haven.
The story, it wasn't a lie. It was a roar born from reality. You may not have seen the true Starship Pixie, but you were a true warrior, Marlon.
Why did the monitor suddenly... Oh, right. This is where Marlon watched over Driftstar Haven, making sure no one gets in danger.
Just like the boss said, these bumpkins came running the moment we told them we found the kid.
Father!
Verdo, Dimitri, your villainous deeds won't go unpunished. The Starship Pixie will never forgive you.
That pixie you speak of. Are you referring to these mechas?
This... What is this?
15 years ago, before you won your so-called independence, my pirate crew intercepted a distress call from a certain pilot. He disappeared soon after, but it wasn't hard to connect the dots. That mystical Starship Pixie. Strip away the nonsense and superstition, and you're left with just high-tech weaponry. That's right. It's someone who despises Anchor and uses the name of the Starship Pixie to play games. You're nothing more than tools in their struggle against Anchor. And these mechas are the proof.
You're lying. The Pixie would never deceive us. Never. I saw it with my own eyes.
Look at you, falling apart already. But it's too late now. Well then, let me be the one to end that pitiful life your fool of a pilot left behind. Thanks to the unyielding arrogance and greed of Anchor Infinity and the Hope Fleet, they will witness true violence and a harsh lesson. And you will be the first to witness it.
We must do something. They need us.
Thank you. Marlon's fate. It's made me realize that even if the past can't be undone, I still have control over what I can do in the future. I can be a pixie in my own world. And after I'm reassigned, I can continue serving as a warrior of the Hope Fleet. I am Aster. Former first mate, there's still a mecha here. Let me do my job properly.
Aster, please help us.
You still believe that even now? This ridiculous story.
Aster!
System test complete. Lifting combat restrictions.
Aster, they need you!
Attack.
Aster!
Attack!
Aster! Aster!
Aster, Aster.
Aster!
It's Aster! 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 Aster!
It's you. You saved Driftstar Haven. Thank you.
Look! I really met the pixie!
About that.
The pixie's name wasn't Aster. It was Marlin? Thank you. Because of you, we now understand our history. No matter what, he protected us and gave Driftstar Haven the means and courage to be self-reliant. However, this will take some time to
We will take care of it.
Miss, we'll be there in an hour.
Okay. Understood.
I never thought something like this would happen. It's all my fault for acting on my own. The Lord, he's really worried about you. Miss?
Yes?
Still thinking about the Asher incident? Maybe you just need a little bit more time to get back.
No. It was a bit unexpected, but it's been an unforgettable vacation. I want to go back to the Chief as soon as possible.
Yes, understood. Oh? Isn't this... You really went through a lot with what happened at Driftstar Haven.
No, it's actually the other way around. I feel like I've come to see Or-Zero and Aster in a different light.
Ever since that bastard Dimitri got into trouble, the Lord has entrusted all matters concerning Driftstar Haven to Aster. I never imagined that the usually quiet Aster would be so sharp in business negotiations. She's certainly been well trained by the fleet. Too bad her vacation ends in a few days. She'll have to return to the Nexus.
It's you! Ferdo, Zaka! I didn't think you guys would come in place of Driftstar Haven for the negotiations. How did it go?
Smooth as can be, of course. Astra said she would adapt Marlin's story into a sequel to Starship Pixie. But before that, I'm gonna binge the first season 10 more times.
Oh, really? Where's Aster?
She went to the shipyard. She said there was an urgent order to handle. The repairs on the Homecoming are nearly 75% complete. We expect to finish the repairs in 5 working days. Miss, here's the repair report.
All right. Great job. What's wrong?
We've noticed some damaged coatings on the hull. It seems the ship's owner left behind some personal artwork. We've provided several options for you.
The ship's owner should be here soon, so let them choose.
Okay.
Is this graffiti?
Mia is currently executing food preparation sequence. Always
at your command. The area is safe.
rest. Always at your command. The area is safe. You can rest. Always at your command. The area is safe. You can rest. Always at your command.